Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Claudia Romo Edelman on the line, and she's founder and CEO over at We Are All Human. Claudia, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Adam. It's such a pleasure to be able to be here with you.
So I'm excited to get into today's topic. So we're going to talk more about unifying the Hispanic community and some of the efforts that you're making in this direction. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit more about We Are All Human. Tell us a little bit more about the organization, please.
Thank you. I created this organization after 25 years of working for global organizations such as the United Nations, UNICEF, the UN Refugee Agency, the Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria, the World Economic Forum. But I realized that despite the world making so much progress, there's one thing that can divert from that progress, which is that divisive language is getting increasing traction. So we found that We Are All Human precisely for that, to remind people, Adam, that we are all human, that we belong to the same human family, that it doesn't really matter if you're from one political party or the other, or whether you're tall or short, or whether you're black or white. We belong to the same human family, and we should not allow for that sense of the otherness to take over that creates racism, discrimination, and with that, like many things happen, populism, nationalism, and things that really can derail the progress that the world is making. And if there is one thing, Adam, that this pandemic has taught us, is a little bit of that humanizing. It has brought us all to the same playing field where we all have the same fears in a way, and we all have the same hopes. We hope to be healthy. We hope to not get a call saying that your parents are COVID positive. We hope to be able to go out and restart life again, and understanding and sitting on other people's shoes. So if there is one thing that I think we can learn from this, is that we have to take this time to remind us of precisely that. We belong to the same human family, and let's not go back to business as usual after COVID happens. Let's remind ourselves that we're all human.
So I think that's a great transition. So I know one of the works that you're doing is you're doing a lot of work in trying to in unification of the Hispanic community. I mean, tell us a little bit more about your work there and your plans.
I moved to America 5 years ago, and I realized that I was a Hispanic. I never knew. I live for my
Hold on, that's
life.
funny. I love it. That's so good. Most people don't know until they get here.
Exactly. I lived my entire life as a happy Mexican, 25 years in Europe, and I moved to America, and I learned that I belong to this group, so I got very curious about it, and I was looking at the numbers: 60 million, 18% of the population, 12% of the GDP, massive growth, massive purchasing power, $1.7 trillion, the voter of the future, the social security payer, like the taxpayer, the youth, the consumer, and yet massively underrepresented, misrepresented, and undervalued. And me as a marketer, I couldn't understand. There's a reverse marketing problem. So whomever is doing marketing for the Hispanic community has done everything possible to highlight the best attributes of Hispanics and to present us as someone we are not. So Hispanics are powerful in number, but weak in reality, are huge in numbers, but think small. And I started looking at the insights and the barriers and the problems, and I realized that Hispanics are massively fragmented. The Colombians don't talk to the Mexicans, don't talk to the Venezuelans. We have 26 groups of origin that don't feel and don't act as a Hispanic community. But 90% of them identify as Hispanic. So I started looking into, I got into a mission of trying to unify Hispanics, but not in a romantic way only, but in a practical way. Look at the Chinese and the Japanese having a shared agenda and being the Asia society when it comes to asking for scholarships, when it comes to accessing universities. So Hispanics have to have a shared agenda. And so for the last year and a half, I devoted my time going around and bringing people together, leaders together, so that we can have a shared agenda, so that Hispanics understand what do we all care about and what do we all fight for together.
Wow, what a What a task. I mean, my mind is blown. I'm like, oh my gosh, how does a person even do that? How does an organization do that? But I guess you've worked on this global stage for so long. I mean, that is your business. That's what you understand, and that's how you see the world. For me, I'm like, oh man, I took my breath away. That's a big mission. I like it though. So what's been the response? I mean, you've been on this trail. You've been doing this work. What's been the response so far?
We are ready. The Hispanic community is ready to be unified, is ready to be seen, is ready to be heard, and is ready to be valued. So what we came up, all of us together, the leaders of organizations, like the leaders of the Association of Architects, of engineers, of real estate, all of us got together and we voted. And we brought together people to the United Nations and to a place that is neutral like that and said like, okay, what are our priorities and what is our agenda? And the priorities are very similar to, like Hispanic values are American values and Hispanic priorities are American priorities. Number one is education. We need apprenticeships, internships, scholarships, and mentorships so that we can get into our, into a better life. Number two is we want financial wellness. We want financial empowerment. So we need to, the things that are pertinent to the Hispanic community are financial literacy and access to capital. And the third, Adam, which was surprising in a way, is the change of perception. Hispanics are fed up of being invisible. So it's on the third priority that World Humans started taking action. We said, okay, so we're a marketing-based organization. We're going to help Hispanics not only to unify, but also to unify towards action. And the action is to change the perception of Hispanics from invisible to visible, from negative to positive, and from takers to makers. And we came up with a campaign called the Hispanic Star, understanding that Hispanics are a star. We are contributors to this country and that America is made of stars and Hispanics are one of them. So this is a campaign that is absolutely inclusive, aspirational, happy. We love being part of America. We love actually this country, and we're 100% American and we're 100% Hispanics. We just need the cloud to move out so that we can shine and be seen as part of this beautiful universe that America has. Unfortunately, COVID happened, Adam, and we couldn't launch that campaign. We were 3 weeks away from launching it at the White Sox Stadium in Chicago. We had everything ready, but COVID happened and baseball was canceled, and so was our campaign. So we had to adjust and pivot everything so that we can turn around, repurpose our campaign, our platforms, our networks to help those Hispanics that have been massively affected by COVID-19.
That's awesome. So, Claudia, if somebody's listening to this and they want to learn more about We Are All Human, or they want to learn about Hispanic Star, I mean, what's the best way for somebody to get involved?
Get involved by joining HispanicStar.org. We have a Hispanic response and recovery plan. We have actions for everyone that can take it, be an individual, a company, for us to be able to, we're helping America. We're in the front lines. 19 million Hispanics are in essential functions. So we need to help Hispanics so that we can continue helping America. So join HispanicStar.org and be part of the change, being part of the solution, even by contributing in recognizing how Hispanics are part of this solution right now for COVID-19.
Fantastic. Well, Claudia, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about all the great work that you're doing over at We Are All Human. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Business, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to know what you thought of it and what kind of projects that you're working on. And Claudia, thanks again for coming on the show.
Absolutely, Adam. What a pleasure. Thank you.